I want to take away from me as a person and how I naturally am to make it to the top. I don't want to succumb to all these things in the world just to get to where I need to be. No, I don't have to do that.
Hey, it's your girl, Lady Miz, and this is from the Ground Up Productions. We're not just a show, we're a movement. Under our brand, we have The Creator's Box, Talk Therapy, and The Imperfect Marriage. Real conversations, real people, real stories that inspire, heal, and entertain. Tune in, subscribe, and be a part of the growth, because there's only one way to go from here, and that's up. Visit www.ladymiz.com to watch, listen, or contact us today if you want to get involved.
Welcome to the podcast from The Ground Up Productions with hosts Lady Miz and Ray. This is a universal platform, and there is nothing off limits. We talk about it all, and we keep it real. This is a no judgment zone, so come as you are. If you are a professional, entertainer, author, comedian, entrepreneur, or just someone who wants to get something off their chest, well, let your voice be heard here on From the Ground Up Productions. Sponsorship and other opportunities are available from The Ground Up Productions. Turning nothing into something. There's only one way to go from here. And now, here are your hosts, Lady Miz and Ray.
What's good, people? You know what it is. This is Lady Miz from the Ground Up Productions. There's only one way to go from here. I got my co-host Ray in the building, family back on the scene. You know what I'm saying? Doing our thing. But I want to welcome the princess of R&B in the building. We got Nakina Monique in the building, coming over here from the West Coast. How you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good.
That's good. That's good. Well, listen, we happy to have you on the show. We definitely want to learn so much more about you and for people to learn about you. So before we get into it, why don't you just quickly tell people a little bit about yourself?
All right. Well, what's up, y'all? My name is Nakina. Monique is my middle name. A little bit about me. I'm an R&B singer. I grew up singing in church, sang my first solo when I was 3 years old. Grew up in Linwood, Compton area, went to school in the Long Beach, Bellflower area. First started doing music professionally when I was 19. That's when I dropped out of college and haven't stopped since.
Oh, okay. All right. So, wow, all the way from 3 years old, that's kind of amazing to start that young. I mean, shoot, you must have been talking real well at 3. What kind of vocabulary did you have?
I don't know. My grandma said I used to walk around you would hear the melody to Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, but I'll be making up my own words already.
Wow. Okay. All right. So you write all of your own material.
Yes, that's correct.
Nice. Great. So let's get into these questions so people can know a little bit more about you specifically. You refer to yourself as the princess of R&B. How would you define your sound today, and how has that evolved from when you first started?
I would say my sound today is more like a mixture of Ashanti and maybe SZA or Summer Walker's, or a lot of people compare me to Aaliyah as well. So
Okay.
Yeah. And are those singers the ones who influence you, would you say?
Growing up, mostly I was hooked on Destiny's Child. I studied their every move, so that's my biggest influence, I would say. Yeah. Older school music, because I grew up listening to, my grandmother raised me, so riding in the car was always Steve Harvey Show, to 92.3, The Beat, the way, 94.7, The Wave, all that, So just the old school, nice, real R&B music.
Yes.
I got a question, all right? But you call yourself the princess of R&B. Now, I'm going to ask you, in your opinion, who would you consider the queen?
The queen of R&B? Oh, wow. That is a heavy question. Wow. I would say Beyonce is like the queen of, what is she the queen of? She's a queen. She can't take it. And then Mary J. Blige.
Hard question, right? I gotta
And
take
then Mary J. Blige, she's the queen of hip hop soul, I would say. Tina Turner is the queen of rock. It's R&B. Oh wow. Dang, that's honestly a hard question. Oh wow. Even like the queen of soul, like it's different. It's different than R&B. Oh wow. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to, work up to that.
There you go.
I don't think anybody's claimed that title, the queen of R&B.
Now, I think it's some people, a lot of different people do. I would say that I think Jay-Z said that Beyonce is now, and he was comparing her to Michael Jackson, right? And I think Janet Jackson got a little upset behind that. But then you have some people, they'll say Aretha Franklin, like, I don't know how old your grandmother is, I would
thought of
say,
her.
oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, but I would say she's more soul, no?
Yep, that's what I thought.
Or so, okay,
Oh.
yeah. What about Whitney Houston?
Oh, Whitney Houston.
She is so
But
busy, right?
she did a lot though. She dabbled. Her sound was like but that was the sound back then. So I don't know.
Okay. So I know that there's a lot going on and a lot coming up. How does it feel for you to be headlining for the Unsigned Artist Hangout Awards?
Oh, I'm beyond excited. My experience working in the past with the awards was just great. It was a great crowd. So I'm just excited. I'm blessed to have that opportunity,
Good, good, good. Yeah. I can't wait to see it too. Cause I never made it in person to the awards. I've been out there a few times, seeing Big Homie Madman, but I definitely, and we're looking to work together too, even bringing some of that to New York. So hopefully you could come through on this side, you know what I'm saying, on the East Coast too, and do your thing.
For sure. I love to travel.
Yes. What was the moment you experienced in music that made you realize, like, this is what I really want to do? This is like something that I'm going to pursue and take serious. What was that moment for you?
Honestly, I can't remember a time where I wanted to do anything different. I mean, I had to, of course, like growing up, people are always like, what do you want to be when you grow up? You say a singer, they're like, okay, that's cute until you get a certain age. You're like, what do you really want to do? What are you going to college for? What are you going to, get a degree in? What are you going to, what business are you going to have? Like, I did go to college, but that was plan B. I've always, wanted to do music. I've always written music on the side. I've always sang. I've always tried to put myself in the spotlight, singing on YouTube, Instagram. Like it's what I wanted. It's what I was put here on this earth to do. I know for a fact.
So you said that college was plan B, right?
Yes.
Sometimes, a lot of people, most people always push college to be like the first thing. So you don't hear that as often. People say that college is plan B, especially for people your age. That's always, especially parents and grandparents, they're pushing college, college, college. Then I heard you say earlier, and correct me if I'm wrong, that you did leave eventually college, or you left. And did music have anything to do with that, where you felt like the college was taking your time away from you pursuing what your purpose was?
Music had everything to do with it. So one summer I was 19. No, I was 18. And I was looking up stuff because I started college when I was 17. And I started looking up, okay, well, how did other people get in the music industry without like, just sending their music off? Because it was hard to do that now. You couldn't find emails, or if you did, like they were fake. It was just, that's not the way to go anymore. Try to send your emails or mail your music to an executive. It doesn't work. So I was looking up, okay, maybe I should try to get a job in some type of studio cleaning. I can get some free studio time. And I also heard, back in the day, people used to clean, sweep, humming around and be like, oh, snap, let me get you on this song.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just thinking creatively. How can I make money but still like, still be in that space that I need to be in and still learn and still be able to grow in what I want to do. So I was looking up stuff, and I ended up finding a studio, and it didn't work out because they ended up going on tour. So it was a long period of time where I wasn't able to work in the studio. But me putting out like singing videos on Instagram and YouTube, a producer, Russell Howard, he actually produced some of Jay-Z's Blueprint. He reached out and we ended up in the studio. I started singing for TV and film. I did like 10 songs. Next thing you know, I got a check in the mail for $500. And then he also went on Instagram and he showed like his people and stuff like that. He was like, yeah, you guys are going to hear her voice all in the background of all the TV shows. I was like, yes, the royalties. I was like, okay. I took this check, ran it to my grandma. I was like, look, you see this? This is from music. I'm sorry, but I am not going back to college. I need to put my all into this, see what I can do. Like, I can make money from music. It's over. I done seen it. I can do it, you know? And it's not all about the money, but I do need to survive as well. And I get, I was in my grandma's household at the time, and she's like, you need to get a job, get a job, get a job. Well, I got one. Now what? you know?
You know, it's so funny. I mean, look, the generations, right, of today is very different. So the generations before us, how we are now, the generation after us, etc. Now, a lot of times, how can I say this? Our mission is always different because the fight sometimes is different, right? Those who came before us, they had a different fight. So they laid the foundation and the groundwork for us to be able to stand on their backs and then take it to the next level. When I hear you say that you showed your grandmother the check, look, I can make money off of this. What was her response? Was she accepting of that, or did she have a way of thinking like, a little bit like, this is not really a good idea. I think you still should pursue college.
She was actually very excited. She was really happy. She was like, all right now, you know how.
All right now, that's right.
Yeah, she was like, I'm so proud of you. I was like, yes, like, yeah, that meant a lot to me. She was like, okay. She didn't complain about me not going back to college. So, yeah.
Okay. And do you regret it at all not going back, or you like, no, I made the right decision. This is perfect.
I wish I dropped out soon. I wish I never went to college. Like, I
What
should have
makes you
just went
say
for
that?
it straight out. I should have went for it straight out the gate. You know?
Okay.
I mean, me personally, I didn't experience anything good in college, to be honest. Like, and I'm not a party person, so I wasn't out at all the college parties, going out every weekend. I was going to college, going to class, doing my work, going home, studying. It was exhausting.
What were you taking up in college?
My major was biochemistry.
Oh.
My end goal was to eventually be a doctor because truthfully, I want to help people, whether it's through music, medicine, wherever I can, serve my purpose. I do want to help people. That's part of my mission as well. So that was an option for me. But that's like thinking about it, I'd rather put 12, 20, 50 years into music versus 10 to 15 into medicine. And then medicine, you have to learn over and over. It advances every year. Things change. New diseases come up. That's a lot. Not saying like it's not worth it in the long run for those people that do handle that. Like, good for them. Like, I'm happy they're able to handle that and do that for other people. But I need to, I need to get in where I'm supposed to be, which is in the music area. So
Right.
Now, you said you was singing on YouTube and Instagram when you got discovered, right? Were you
yes,
doing covers or was it your own music?
both.
Okay. What's up, y'all? It's Ray, and November is Men's Health Awareness Month. Fellas, let's be real. We don't talk enough about our health. Too many of us hold it in thinking that's what makes us strong. But strength, it's checking in, it's getting that doctor visit, it's talking when life gets heavy. Your body, your mind, that's your foundation. Take care of it, protect it. Because here from the ground up, we believe we build better men when we start with our health.
When you were creating the song that you have, like Crazy, like where did that process come from?
Like, of making the song, like putting it together?
Yeah. Where did it come from? What was the thought? I should say thought process. Sorry. What was the thought process of that song when you were creating it?
Experience. It's the truth. I drive people crazy, so that's what I wrote about. But as far as like like, I don't know. As far as like actually writing the song, the process is the same. Like me and my producer, he'll make the beat right in front of me. I'll write the song, like, and start thinking melodies in the moment, and I let him know, like, where I want the song to go, or if I like it or if I don't. And yeah, like crazy is just what popped up in my head, and I just went with it.
Oh, okay. So when you say you just went with it, and we're talking about the song Crazy, it had to do with just how you were making other people feel? Just it was just strictly off of that?
Yes.
Yeah.
What was
Yes.
you doing to drive people crazy?
I be myself. In this generation, I get told by many different people, women and men, that I'm different. Just the way I carry myself, the way I like move with intention and stuff like that. And a lot of people don't do that. So that tends to, when a man comes across the kind hearted, genuine woman, it tends to drive them a little crazy because they may not be ready for that. And I'm not ready. I'm not putting up with no type of game. So yeah, like if you fall for me and you're not the person for me, I'm sorry you drove yourself crazy at the end of the day. But yeah. And then dealing
Okay.
with me, you're going to fall in love. So yeah, that's where the ending part came from. Like, Imma make you fall so deep, fall for me. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Now I seen
Yeah.
when you were shooting the video, you were in the middle of the street.
Mhm.
Okay. Now I seen cars coming, this and that. Was that complete all real stuff, or was there any AI incorporated in there?
Oh, no, it was real cars. We just chose a wide enough street that had, cars coming through, and I stood in the middle safely. Yeah.
Okay, because I was looking at that. I was like, is this safe? Because I
It
see
was
the
safe.
cars coming and going. Okay.
Yeah, my producer, he was walking around making sure, because the cameraman, he couldn't, which is actually his son, he couldn't, like, he can't look behind him when he's like doing all these moves, going around in circles when I'm moving. So my producer's also there, help guiding everybody.
Okay. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
What would you say some of your biggest challenges are in this industry today?
Today, like right now, today, I'd
Right.
say the new AI artist, that's different. I know a lot of people don't agree with it. I don't quite agree with it as well, just because of how much work it actually, takes, how much you have to put into this. We artists, we put in our lives, we pour our hearts, our souls into this. And for AI just to, put these words together, gathered from human experiences and human songs, it's crazy. I would say that's the biggest challenge. Like, I wonder what's going to come from that, because I know they said she signed like a deal or something like that. So it's like, are there going to be others? Are they going to try to replace real artists? I don't think it's possible, because I think people still crave that real interaction and that real feeling that a real live artist and show can give you. That real
Absolutely.
excitement.
Mm.
So
All
that's my
right.
biggest challenge. Yeah.
So it's more like competing against AI as a real
Yeah.
artist, and you find
Yeah.
that to be difficult. I'm asking too because I use AI. Like I write songs. I'm more rap, but I don't sing. But because I write songs, sometimes I might use AI to sing the songs for me as a reference track, so that I could give to other singers and they can, see what it sound like.
Well, that's
But
okay. That's completely okay. They're
yeah,
not completely writing the song for you.
right, right. But no, some people still feel some type of ways about it because, again, kind of like you said, you're competing against a machine that just moves so quick and fast, and it's a complete song. How are you going to stand out from that?
I gotta work harder and faster too. I mean, I have no problem writing songs. I can write multiple songs in a day. I'm talking full songs as well, and they will be catchy and they will be stuck in your head. So I don't have a problem with, pushing myself harder and trying. Shoot. That's all I can do.
But I can agree with you. Like you said, AI is good. It writes the songs, but people do crave. You can't get AI in a concert.
Mm-mm.
So people want to see the concert. People want to see who's actually singing. They want to feel and cheer for that person. So
Yeah.
that's where human interaction wins.
Yep.
Mhm. Absolutely, absolutely. Yes. How do you balance staying true to your artistic voice?
Well, I I still sing in church every Sunday and Tuesday
Oh,
for rehearsal. So that's definitely how I stay true to my artistic everything. Yeah.
So you said you still sing in church. So you've been
Mhm.
singing in church since 3 years old and you're still singing now. So are you, when you make and create songs, is there certain type of songs that you don't make songs about because of the church? Like, or do you feel like the church influenced a lot of the things that you talk about?
In the beginning, for sure. But then yes, I'm a Christian and I go to church, but I also don't want to be like cookie cutter and almost come off as like a Disney. I'm not trying to appeal to the kids. I'm trying to appeal to people, to my audience, people in my age range and above that have been through similar things. So, and I've been through a lot, and there's a lot I still haven't talked about. So, no, I don't not talk about certain things. Like I talk about getting sexual because as humans, we are sexual people. I talk about getting cheated on because that happens. I talk about everything. I've even written a song about weed. My church probably wouldn't agree with that, but do I care? Sadly, no. I don't because I'm not doing it for them. I'm doing it for me and my audience. So,
Okay. All right. When you're looking ahead, what are your next moves and your next goals for what you have coming up? Like your whole brand, what would you say your next moves are?
well, my next moves are I am dropping a single before dropping a series of projects. I'm going to be dropping a project every other month. So that's that's what I'm yeah, that's what I'm coming with against everybody because you know how the world is. Thousands of songs drop daily and I have to compete with that. So it's time.
How do you compete with that in a industry that where everybody wants to be a singer, a rapper, in this whole industry period? Before you answer that, let me just say the statement. A lot of people, when you look on social media, you look at how the streaming is set up and all of that stuff, and they say that the artists are getting robbed, right? And then
Mhm.
when you take that on top of AI and you take that on top of labels taking a lot from the artists, how are you going to stand out from all of that?
Honestly, I really I hope that, me being myself and, people seeing that, I am a kind person. I am a sweet girl. I'm not, violent. I don't wish harm upon anybody. And I hope also my talent shines through as well. So that's all I can do, to be honest. There's a lot of people out here putting out trash. I'm not going to y'all know it.
Yeah.
Y'all know it. So, me having real talent and me making catchy music, people have described it as being infectious. Once they hear it, it's like, dang, they can't get it out of their head. They don't know if it's the actual melody or it's the the tone or like the essence of my voice. They don't know which one it is, but they like it and they get hooked. So my goal is to keep hooking these people. First listen. I hope they like it. Bam, come back again. Thank you. Come again. you know.
Nice,
Now,
nice,
So
nice.
do you use the same person to produce your songs?
I surely do. I surely do. Been working with him since I was. I think I met him when I was 19, turning 20. Yeah. Yeah. And that's because I put myself out on Instagram and I was DMing people about a showcase and he reached out to me and I was like, hey, I already, talked to the other person that's running the showcase. He's like, no, actually check your email. I want to work with you. I was like, oh. And I thought it was weird. I was like, is this real? Because you know how the industry is, right?
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
I hopped on the phone with him. I was like, "It's okay if my mom is here, my brother." He's like, "Yes, like yeah, that's completely fine." So immediately I felt like I could trust him and I just felt comfortable. And in the beginning, my mom came to all my sessions, so it was nothing weird. Even my friends, anybody can if I want to bring somebody, I can bring them. So it was never nothing weird or nothing like that.
That's good. That's good. And that's important too to have your family and people that you know you could trust as support there to be your third eye or your fourth eye or whatever, just in case you miss something. So that brings me to this question. Would you say, do you focus strictly on just being a creator or are you taking time to learn the business aspect of the industry?
In the beginning, I was definitely learning a lot because of my producer. He made sure to educate me on, how the industry is and how we're not trying to be like them.
Right.
So with him, honestly, he would give me books to read. And at one point, because before him, I had never read, like, finished a book in my life. Like, but I never had a problem with book reports. I would get A's, B's, but like, I'm not gonna lie, I would cheat the system. Not like plagiarism or nothing like that, but just skim through reading it. I wouldn't read it for real. But yeah, because of him, like, I became less ignorant. I opened my mind to a lot of things, you know? I wasn't so, yeah, stubborn as well. So he put books in my face, and to one point, he was like, if you don't, I'm going to quiz you on this book. If you don't pass, you cannot come to the studio. And it was a good book. I believe the book was called Outwitting the Devil. I learned a lot. I learned a lot.
I heard about that book. I never
Hmm.
read it, but I heard about it. So
Yeah.
what does that book get? A quick little cliff note. What does that book represent? What does it talk about?
Honestly, it talks about a lot, but the main thing I took from it was like, basically 90, I believe it's 97% of the world, they're drifters. And there's only 3% that's actually, they're not. They know what they're on track with their plan. They know what they're doing. They set goals, they make them keep going. Everybody else that get distracted, they might be able to get distracted by money sometimes, or just the evils of the world. They just drift off into that and just be with it. But he was teaching me how to be part of the 3% who is focused, hyper focused on exactly, what they're supposed to do. So that's the main thing I took from it. I have to stay focused. I can't be a drifter. I can't just sit and wait for things to happen. I have to put myself in action and go get it myself, you know?
Mm. Absolutely. So speaking of going to get it yourself, what would you say your overall ultimate goal is in this industry? People got the short term, long term, but there's the main goal that everyone wants to reach. What is that for you?
For me, my goal is a little different because I am a songwriter and a singer. So it may be a little, how do I explain this? So, of course, we have the Billboard charts, right? I
Hmm.
want to be at the top. I want to hold the top 5, but they're not all going to say my name. They don't all have to say my name. But I wrote all those songs. So the first song can be, maybe a Rihanna song, but I wrote it. Second song can be Nakina. Third song can be, I don't know, Kaylani, Queen Aja, I don't know. But I wrote all those top 5 songs, so I'm getting credit for all those I hold the top 5. That's what I want to do. I want to make history on some different type stuff, like, yeah, that's my goal. I've made that goal years ago, and I'm gonna make that goal a thing. Nobody has done it. I'm gonna do it.
Listen, and then that's what you got to do. You got to speak it into existence, manifest it. That's what I'm talking about. Yes.
You move from R&B princess to R&B queen.
Right? They going to be saying
But I
her
have to earn the
name.
crown. And I didn't give myself the R&B, the princess of R&B. I didn't give myself that name. I forget who gave it to me, but it just stuck. And then, yeah, it just stuck.
Oh, wow. Okay, so somebody else gave you that name.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
And I was like, really? They're like, yeah, like it's almost like R&B needs you right now. I'm like, okay, I could roll with that.
Nice, nice, nice. Okay. What is your core values when it comes to all of this?
My core values. I don't want to. I don't want to be one of those people that, got to get half naked and shake their ass just to get to where they need to be.
Let me clap for that because there's too
So,
much of that. We tired of it.
yes, yes. And I get dancing is fun, but like when you're doing it half naked on the internet for like attention, that's different, you know? So I don't ever want to like have to like not degrade myself, but like, I don't want to do that. I want to take away from me as a person and how I naturally am to make it to the top. I don't want to succumb to all these things in the world just to get to where I need to be. No, I don't have to do that.
Good for
And I
you.
want. So yeah.
So you want it off your talent.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Good.
Nothing
Good.
less. Nothing less.
Good, good. Well, listen, we gotta 100% support you because we need more of that because this industry is very, very crazy, and how they portray women and young women, it's degrading. I'm gonna just say it for what it is. So
Yeah.
we would love to see, young ladies like yourself be out there and showing people, look, you don't have to do that. All you need is the talent, and the talent can take you far. When people appreciate that, that's the key. Is there anything that we didn't ask you that you want people to know?
No, just stay tuned for all my projects dropping. I will be dropping a single in a few days. Yeah, it'll be out by the time, y'all hear this. So just look me up right now, actually. Nakina on all platforms. Nakina Monique on all social media platforms. Go do it. You won't be disappointed.
And what's the name of the single that's going to be dropping?
Can't you see?
Can't you see? Okay. And they're going to be able to find that. Where should people go to find that? When you give them your social media, should they be going straight to your YouTube? Do you have a website?
You guys can go straight to my YouTube. You guys can go to my Instagram. It'll be a direct link in the bio. And also, I'll clip the song in there so you can hear a sneak peek before, you go listen fully. But like I said, you won't be disappointed.
All right. Okay. So thanks for giving your social handles, because that was going to be my next question. So before we get up out of here, could you please look in the camera and give the best advice that you can give to someone who is in the same lane as you?
I would say don't stop. Definitely try. It could be discouraging at times, but if you believe in yourself, because that's the biggest thing, believe in yourself, have faith that you can do it. Set goals. They can be small, but set them and make it happen. You can make it happen if you believe in yourself, like I said. So don't stop, keep pushing and keep being you. That's the biggest advice I can give. Keep being you.
Love it, love it, love it. Okay. Well, listen, we want to thank you so much for coming on and sharing your story with us and letting us know even more about what you got going on. And everybody that comes across this, listening or watching, make sure you go follow her on her platforms. Look out for her single that is going to be dropping soon. And make sure you subscribe to her YouTube channel and subscribe to ours as well so you can stay informed as to what is coming up. Any
Yeah.
you want to add to it?
We could add you spelling your name so that everybody knows it when they look.
Well, right, for the listeners, because just in case they don't see, but they hear the audio only.
Okay, my name is Nakina, Nakina. My Instagram is Nakina Monique, Nakina Monique.
All right. All right, y'all. So you heard it here on From the Ground Up Productions. There's only one way to go from here. Check her out. Go listen to her music. She got a lot of great music and videos that's out right now. Go check her out. Support her. Y'all know we need real artists like this that's showing real talent. We out of here. We'll see y'all next time. This is From the Ground Up. There's only one way to go from here. Peace.
Peace. Do you want to promote your business or brand on one of our shows? From the Ground Up Productions is now accepting sponsors and advertisers. Get your message in front of a powerful audience through the Creators Box, Talk Therapy, and the Imperfect Marriage. Let's build together and grow your reach while supporting independent media. Visit LadyMiz.com and send us a message to learn how you can sponsor a show today.
We hope you enjoyed your time with From the Ground Up Productions. We'll see you next time. Be sure to add our channel and listen to us on all streaming platforms. From the ground up. From the ground up. There's only one way to go from here.